Welcome everybody, François Letargy, the RT30, and the 30th session of the Dark Eye. Another milestone for that session. Not in German, because I know that there's a lot of German of that on YouTube, but in English, I think we're the only one. Yeah, we need a recap.
Yeah.
Basically, last week we were waiting in the around the caverns we found. We were waiting for Kandar, Uksh, and Borkai, who did go to explore the subterranean. The word is right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So they got there. So we waited for them a whole day. Even more, a whole night and a whole day, and at the end of the day, we decided to go check out what happened with them because we were worried. We didn't have any torches, but Mavon, with his magical light, was a good solution to get into the caverns. Well, we had a plan about maybe go check out what was going on with the slaves. Our wounded is called Gryphus, and he told us about what's happened with the slave, but we did want to get our friends back, so we got into the cavern and we explored and followed the leads that Uksh put in those tunnels, so we were able to follow their tracks. One of their tracks led us in through a web for giant spiders, not the same kind we've encountered sometimes before, and decided not to get through it. And we kind of found the other end of the tunnel. We heard orcs talking, and when we finished, we had a week to think about something, and I didn't think about something, but light was coming through the tunnel, and we didn't know what to expect. So someone or something was coming at us.
No. The light was just you could see it around the corner, but it wasn't increasing. So.
Okay, but we were near something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was under the impression that it was moving. Okay, that's basically it. Well, we fell down in those caverns a couple of times because it was slippery. It was hard to travel in, but yeah, we managed to get through. That's where we are.
Do you happen to know how many astral points I've spent?
Yeah, 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah, you only used your magical light.
Okay. Just wanted to mark it off.
Yeah. But one of the benefits of going into these new caverns, or rather this part of mine, is that you found new torches, so no more magical light here.
Yeah,
okay.
we have. I have noted 5, but these were used torches, so they don't have the same. We won't have them for the same length of time than normal torches, but at least it's something. Okay.
Yeah. So, still in the cavern, you have the you have a crossroads basically behind you. You're not very far from the heads that were used to ward the big cleft in the mountain, or rather this what you call an underground valley. Well, you know what I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can hear faint reflected voices from the walls. You can hear the chinking of metal on stone.
They're working even the night. The slaves. Pretty sure it's them.
Maybe. Do you wanna risk getting a look at it?
I can sneak. Well, if I'm pretty sure I can sneak around to check that out. I don't think that orcs has fine senses like a deer could have.
Well, never know.
Yeah, well, but I'll just, I'll be able to just check that out. Well, if you think it's a good idea.
I'm not certain on their low light seeing abilities, but it would be worth knowing what they're doing over there and how many they have.
I'll try to make my best to be. I'll be careful. So with my axe in my hand, I slowly go towards the light and try to see. I try to watch if my shadow appears. So if it does, I will stop.
Okay. Well, as soon as you first you can take a quick glance around the corner.
Yeah.
And you can see that this this hallway goes for a while down, and you can see that there are occasional torches along the along this hall, and you would say maybe the second from you on is the first burning, and after that they are lit. And you can see that at the end of the hallway, maybe three torches down, there's someone at a human with naked, basically naked, beside from a loincloth.
Yeah.
With a small pickaxe at the wall.
Okay, he's alone. There's no orc kind of whipping him or something like that.
No.
Okay. 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 Well, I go back to my friends and say, well, there's only one person that I saw. It's a human working there, a slave.
I simply nod and I think for a moment. Do you think you would respond to us positively?
I'm sure you will respond. That guy seems miserable. I think you will respond positively to some smiling humans.
So the question is, what keeps him there to begin with? If he's by himself, was he chained to something?
Oh, did I notice that? Florian, you're mute because you
didn't. Sorry, you didn't see him chained to anything. He has just his collar of iron or metal, at least. But else from that, he seems to be free to move.
Okay. Well, nothing physically stopped him, but he surely fears. He's not equipped to go into those caverns.
Also, this is something you couldn't note him. When you spoke to Gryphus, he also mentioned that they have an arrangement where if one of the slaves flees, another one is killed in their stead. So
Yeah.
to
Okay.
So, we know, well, you know that in fact, Maven, since you walk with him. So yeah, well, I won't risk freeing that guy knowing that another one will die.
Yes, but if he's willing to talk to us, he may tell us exactly how many there will be, how many orcs there are, how easy it would be to funnel the rest of them in through the tunnels. You know,
Okay.
how many slaves.
Yeah. But to be safe, I think I will try to drag him just near the corner. So if for some reason someone is talking, at least they won't see what he's really doing. You won't, the other person won't see us. I don't know what you think about that.
Uh, well, it's up to you. I'm not going to make the decision for you guys. It affects us all.
I may try that just to, trying to get his attention and ask him to approach. But I may give it a try. So, well, I slowly get back to the corner and look if he's still alone.
looks like it.
Psst, psst. Hey, hey. I try to see if I get his attention.
Okay. Hmm, seems a bit hard of hearing. He doesn't turn his head to you. But then again, he's chinking into the wall. Maybe that's louder than your voice.
Okay, I take a rock and throw it at him. I don't want to hit him. I just want to throw something near
Okay.
him to get his attention.
Okay, you throw it down the hallway,
Yeah.
and it comes down maybe half the distance between you. And just checking, but I think, yeah. Yeah, he turns his head around. You can see that he is kind of hunched over a bit.
Okay.
Hello?
Well, I put, I show my head in the corner and, hey, you, come here.
He looks around into one direction that to you looks like there should be a wall. Um, maybe do a charisma check.
Oh, it's not my specialty. And I don't succeed at all.
But did you botch?
Well, I have 8 charisma and I rolled a 17.
Okay. He takes a couple of steps towards you and presses against one of the walls in the direction he was looking into, and makes this gesture.
For me to come?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't like that. No, I look at him. You, come.
By the way, where's Plitiki and Asgard?
You left them in those caverns, in the orcish, not orcish, dwarvish apartment.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you want him? I go back. Okay, I go back. I go back to see Marbu and Maven. Wow, I have a problem. The guy don't want to come. He wants me to come.
Can you get close enough to just talk to him? You know.
Well, yeah, I can. I can. It's
Okay.
just a risk, but I'm not a great talker. You know, I
You
can't
want me to
speak
go?
alone. Well, yeah, we will stay near.
All right. I uh, I pull out my saber, but I just leave it up against my shoulder. Not in a threatening
Okay.
position, just kind of ready for anything.
Looks relaxed, but is possibly
Yeah,
deadly just as well. Okay.
yeah. So I um I kind of scoot out or sneak into the hallway. Well, not really sneaking, but I'm just trying to not telegraph my steps so that if there's people
Okay.
further down, they don't hear me. Do I need to roll for
Okay.
that?
Yeah, for the end approach, I would say.
8, and 12. So yeah, I made it.
Okay. When he sees you coming down the hall, he goes back into his position at the wall and starts chinking again, not looking at you.
I keep my eye on the hallway and then just put
You
my.
see that directly next to where he stood, right up to the wall. There's another hallway going down from there, but you can't see into it right now.
Well, I just say.
What are you doing here? Who are you?
Well, we're just looking for some friends of ours. Have you seen 3 people, human and another orc and a dwarf coming down this way?
Is that a joke?
Well, they didn't walk into a tavern or anything.
No, I didn't see some strange group here.
Well, these caves went a little.
How do you got into these tunnels? And how many of you are there? Can you get me out?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. How many orcs are there?
I don't know. They sometimes change how many there are. I think maybe it's not a banner. I know that. They sometimes have a half banner of riders here, but I think the watchmen here are maybe it's a half banner. I don't know. Maybe less. Maybe 2 lances.
I nod, and it's like, well, and I kind of look around. This is kind of a cramped place. Might be a good spot for like killing a few and then moving further into the tunnels.
Well, we would need to be quiet. You know, we once did try to revolt, and they got horn signals out, and then they killed everyone on the fields.
And right away, I want to make a human nature check because I haven't made it in a long time. 12, 15, and 20, which is a really bad roll, but I have a lot of points in human nature.
Yeah.
9. Human nature is cleverness, intuition, charisma. Cleverness just made it. Intuition is off by 3, and charisma is a 20. But I got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
You're flat on
6,
it.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, I made it with 1 point, Or yeah, I
Okay.
made it. I made
Okay.
it on my point. Yeah. Okay.
You would say that right at the moment he's conflicting between fear and hope, and he's trying to, whenever he talks at the wall in front of him and doesn't try to look to you very often.
And then I you know, say, what's down that other hall right now?
Well, sometimes one of the guards steps into the hall, and I can't be off too long here. You know, when I step out for a few, he might think I've taken a piss, but uh, if I step away too long, then he will come looking.
Hmm. Well,
And if I'm not there, in don't know, a couple of glasses, uh, then they will kill someone because I have gone away.
all right. Well, um let's not stick around here too long. I'll be back at some point. Uh, can you observe? Uh, can you tell me when would be the best time if we were going to do something like this?
Like what?
Well, there's another entrance to this cavern system. So,
Yeah, what do you plan?
well, we came in through that entrance and it wasn't guarded.
Yeah, but what do you want to do then? I mean, okay, you can get people in here, but how many have you? And
Uh, a few, but the thing is we can get everyone out. Um,
well, you would have to do something probably when the others are on the field, and you would have to get them as well.
yeah, that's true.
If you do it at night, they will be in the camp, and then they will get signaled to kill them even easier. They're all chained into this shed, so that would be very easy. While when they are in the fields, they can at least run away.
All right. Um, okay. I'll keep in touch.
I'm not sure. They rotate us around in the mine every week. I think I have 2 or 3 days left here, so be quick.
I nod and then I slip away. All right. And I go back to them and I tell Mavon they haven't come down this way or no news of them, so at least they're not slaves. Uh, about the slaves there, I got a little bit of information to relay, but I'd rather go back. I would rather not spend too long around here. We never know when someone's going to pop their head around that corner.
I guess you didn't ask about the spiders.
Ah, screw the spiders.
Okay. Because the hooks made its way through the webs.
But Ooks made his way through the webs.
Well. When we followed these tracks, it was going through the tunnel with the tunnel with lots of spider in it.
Right.
The webs.
How do you know it was Ooks? I thought the webs are just.
Well, just to be and to act as your memory, this tunnel was you have found another one of these stone arrows that he left behind, and you could see that the webbing was unbroken. So either this arrow was false, or Ux went through and then the tunnel was webbed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, it's there that if we have to help those slaves, we have to find our friends. And
Yeah, finding our friends is the first thing. Um,
Mavon's just looking kind of glassy-eyed when you're talking about spiders.
yeah, I know that they weren't pretty, but they're there.
You know, there is a possibility they could have found their way into another tunnel and, you know, the tunnel got guarded, and I'm saying this out loud, by the way, and the tunnel got guarded while they were gone, while they were in there, and they couldn't get out.
Well, Mavon, have you learned some spider magic that could help us with the book?
I have not. I have pondered it and I have studied it, but I have not committed it to my repertoire of spells.
Okay.
And really, the only thing that I can do is summon them at this point. I could possibly learn some spells that would allow me to control them, but I'd rather not.
Okay.
Well, you know, you never know. Just being able to talk to them could always do wonders. Did when they were those spiders in the caves.
Well, it was more about mind control of spiders.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably not very good. Mind control, the idea has always given me the creeps. Let's trace back our steps and see if there was a way that we missed or something that, you know, someplace Ooch could have went. Or
This time I use one of the new torch I found.
Okay.
So I lit one. Okay.
Okay, yeah, when you turn around, there's again this crossroads. Do you want to go back into this underground valley, or do you want to explore the other tunnels here on this side?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not really too much in an exploring mood down here. I'd rather just get our friends, see if we can help these people, and get out.
Okay, well, so
Perhaps
no,
we should explore those, see if that's where our friends went to, though.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could just enter and not necessarily go through, just to see if we see traces of our friends. The arrows they could have put there or marks.
Okay, so you take the other tunnels. When you follow the first one, you have to walk a while, maybe a couple of minutes, until you come to another place where you can see light at the end, and can also hear that someone's working down there as well, though it sounds like a larger group from the frequency of the chinks.
I think we should go back.
oh no, agreed. And so I think we turn around and look for another tunnel.
Okay, yeah, when you take the third one, and the last of at least at this crossroads, you find that it soon takes a downward curve, and you follow it for maybe 2 to 3 minutes. And then you can see that first the walls start to sweat, and very soon you come to a place where the tunnel goes in even steeper downwards, and you can see that there's water standing there and flooding the tunnel. Maybe it's knee deep at this point, but the tunnel goes downwards still. So yeah, do you want to go into the water, or?
No, I think we had bad experiences with swimming.
Well, I don't think Ooks would willingly go through the water.
No, he didn't want the last time when we met the lizard people.
And we haven't seen any more signs by them?
No.
Okay, well, I guess we have to get back and go back to where we come from.
Let's look at the let's go back to the spiders. They weren't attacking us at the time, so.
No. Yeah. Well,
I have a bad feeling.
I equally have a bad feeling about this whole place.
Yeah.
okay, well, let's get back there.
Okay. So you go back to the into the direction of the underground valley, and after a while you arrive at the 3 heads that are pointing inwards into this cave, and can get around them. The stench is quite ripe. At least for Maven. After a short climb, you've already done it before, you are back on the ground of this valley, and a couple of minutes later you stand again before the webbed entrance where you found Uk's mark.
Okay, so I guess we still see the spiders.
When you look, or when you hold the torch high, you can barely make out one of them, though the last time you saw 2 hanging here.
Okay.
Do I see any cocoons, wrapped up things in the ceiling?
The light's too weak for that. You can barely make out its body. The feet already vanish into the darkness, and if they put something cocooned there, then it's either somewhere in the ceiling or the cocoons are not very large.
Hmm.
We found no sign of a fight between our friend and the spiders. The dead
We
spider.
found a
we
bolt.
found. Eh? What?
We found a fallen bolt.
Yeah.
Well, I can always spin some light to see what's up there.
Well, yeah. I guess it will be a good idea to see what lies beyond what my torch can light.
Okay. The last time you were here, you used the light ray version of the Flim Flam to point as high as that, which would make the spell 3 harder.
Okay. I can't just float a globe up there?
No, when you cast it normally, it's just above your hand.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Or you can also do a movable one. That's also +3, I see here. So you could float it up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the movable one just in case that
Okay.
the beam doesn't shine on something.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes it.
Okay. Yeah, so as you click your fingers, a blue-white ball of light appears above your hand and slowly rises to the ceiling. In the light, you can see one big spider with maybe it has a smaller body than the ones you've seen in the forest, though the legs are maybe twice as long, and you would say they have maybe a 4 meter 4 meter diameter from one end of a leg to another. So
4 meter diameter.
yeah,
That's big.
though
Oh.
the body is maybe a half a meter, maybe a third in diameter. So the body is not that large.
Okay.
It's basically like a daddy long legs.
That's a pretty big spider.
Well, yeah, that's quite a beast.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's
As
probably not
you-
alone. He's not alone.
Yeah, you can see now that on the ceiling there are smaller ones of these crawling around. They have basically the size. They are larger than the normal daddy long legs you would expect, but they're still in a size where you could simply quash them with your hands.
Okay.
You can also see that part of the ceiling is webbed, and now that you're a floating ball there seems to be like they have net parts hanging down that are not attached to the ground, that just hang in the air and swing in a slight wind. And you can see that occasionally there seems to be something in there, very quite small, maybe fist-sized.
Inside the web.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you can see that the spider's beginning to move one of its legs as the ball comes nearer.
Yeah, I just keep moving it around to see how it reacts.
Okay. Yeah. After a while, the other legs start to move too, and it almost looks like it is turning, and then points its body somewhat slightly downwards. On the rest of the ceiling, you can see that see more of these webs, and you can see well, there's one leg hanging from one part of the wall. Spider leg, by the way, not.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
about to say.
Looks like one of the spiders ripped out one of its own legs here.
Not the smartest spiders in the world.
It's not like the one we've met. Psychic ones.
Now you can see that the spider that hangs above you starts to move towards one of the walls adjacent to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just continuing to move it around.
Yeah.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see it. No sign of anybody. But, is there any other big spiders?
Well, when you move it around in larger circles, you can see that there's one half the size of the one that's above you, not far off. Maybe on the ceiling it's 10 meters away. And then what you see then is that that one also moves away. Looks like they're when you notice the other spider, that they seem to go into a distance or go away from you into the direction you came from.
Mm.
One moment. Do a... Oh, they don't have that anymore. Right. No one of you has danger sense, right?
No.
No.
Okay. Then maybe simply do a perception.
3, 15, and 9. Okay. Perception is cleverness, intuition. So.
I missed by one.
Okay. Okay, so you look after the spiders, and Marbio.
I
You
missed by. Actually, I got it right on.
okay? Yeah, you look after the spiders for most of the time, and then you just turn your head around, and you see that some darkness is moving into your directions in tendrils.
Okay.
From behind you, I mean.
Oh.
From behind us?
Yeah, when you, I presume at the moment you're watching the spiders as they move into the direction you just come from.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when Marbio looks over his shoulder, yeah, you can see a tendril of darkness coming from the vanishing light of the or the radius of light of the torch and the flim-flam.
Okay.
I say behind us, and get my saber in a ready position.
Okay. Well, I turn around and put my torch, a little far in front of me like that.
Yeah, you can, when you turn around, and I presume you take your light sources into that direction.
Yeah.
You can see that there's an amorphous form that slowly moves over the ground, and it's pitch black, like moving oil. And there's a couple of, well, you could say tentacles or maybe feelers, like a slug, that move and touch the ground at points and move up again and crawl. It crawls forward in your direction.
Oh.
Does it look like it actually has a body, or does it look like it's all liquid?
Well, it does look more like liquid, but then again, maybe that's the poor lighting.
Okay. Let's get
I
away
keep
from.
I keep my saber out in front of me, and it's like, have you seen any? Has anybody seen anything like this?
Never.
And I,
Marbio, Maven, you can do a magic knowledge check,
Okay.
and you need to tell me how many points you've left.
Okay, let's see. Is it folklore or?
No, what is it? Magic law? Wait. Quickly. Oops. Of course, I have the wrong one. There. There. Natürlich.
Okay, so yeah, I rolled a 19, 8, and a 2.
Okay.
Uh,
Sounds like something. Magic law, yeah.
Yes.
Cleverness, intuition.
Okay, so I have 1 point left over.
Okay. So you have heard that there could be this sounds like some demons you've heard about, though your school didn't really specialize in that topic, so it could be, and if it is, then you could do almost nothing against it, because only things infused with magic can hurt demons. So, for example, like your staff, or yourself, by the way. Yeah. Or of course, anything
Or just
associated
magic.
with the gods should work, though.
we really don't have that much associated with the gods except for that flute.
Yeah.
I think we should move out of here.
That's what I think.
Yeah, but that's coming the way that.
It's basically down the way you would need to go to get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
And it's
blocking us.
creeping towards you.
Okay, but just to make that clear, he's blocking us the way to the camp, our camp.
Yeah.
The bitch.
Well, I start like backing away from it. How fast is it going?
Well, maybe maybe a meter per second or so. No, not a
This
meter
thing
per
is
second. Wait. That's very fast. I mean, maybe a meter per minute. So.
Oh, it's really creeping.
Yeah, it's just really slow.
Uh-oh.
Though, as it comes closer and closer, you can see that the body is quite large, and it almost looks like it's extending into this big bowl, and almost blocks the entirety of this shaft.
Okay. Just by curiosity, I take a rock and throw it at the creature just to see what it will do.
Okay, so you throw it and it makes a small sucking noise, and you can see in the reflected light some ripples going over the surface. And from the point where the rock went in, you see a tendril coming out and reaching into your direction.
My direction?
Yeah.
I show him my torch.
And I make the orb fly in that direction. Orb of light.
Okay. So the tendril comes towards that, and as the orb comes nearer, you can see that the tendril goes to the side where the orb is, and then tries to get it. You can make an intuition roll.
Everybody?
No, just Maven.
Okay.
Let's see, intuition. Intuition.
It's one of your main stats.
Yeah, I was just looking to see which one. I had to scroll all the way back up to my character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I rolled 16, and my intuition is 11.
Okay, so the orb moves there. You try to move it away, though as the orb comes closer, it seems to getting faster as well. And then it just grabs this, grabs the orb, and then it vanishes inside of the tendril, and the light source is gone.
Okay. I'd say.
And you lose 1d3 astral points. As if it's ripped.
In addition to what I already lost?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like a
So
quick,
I lost 2.
like a quick burst of headache that comes over you.
I really think we need to start moving on.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. We start going back the other way till we can find some way to dodge into a like a nook or a cranny that we don't, or like one of the other hallways, I guess.
Well, the
Is
next
that the way
one,
that the spiders went?
the spiders, when you go further now, you can see that there's spiders here now on the ground, and they are crawling into the same direction you are going right now.
Okay, they obviously know where they're going. Let's just follow them.
Good idea.
Between that shadow demon and spiders, I'll take spiders.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah. At least they fed you.
You said a demon?
Yes, Gruff. That is what I think it is.
Okay. I start running a little faster.
Well, I don't think it's very smart, so I would assume a demon would be a little smarter than that. It seemed to mostly be reacting.
Well, they're creatures of chaos. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're overly intelligent. They're spawned from chaos.
True.
Also, make maybe another magic lore test.
I don't have magic lore, so I wouldn't.
No, I mean Maven.
Let's see. I have 4 points left.
Okay. What limited knowledge you have of demons is that usually they it is considered that the more powerful they are, the more horns they have, and you are not quite sure if this is figuratively or literally. They have seen quite a few depictions of them with horns, and they are basically categorized by the number of horns. And this one, you didn't see any.
Actually, I do have a 3 in religious lore, so I'm going to roll that myself. 9, 17, 18. No, never mind.
Well, in whenever you attended service, there wasn't any mention of demons beside that they only help us the gods. So
No church meetings for the cult of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, well, we follow the spiders. And...
Yeah. Let's follow the spiders away from the Shoggoth.
Okay. So after a short while, you come to a point where the spiders seem to be going up a slight hill here. So the ground is moving moving upwards, and you can see some faint light up there.
I just keep a respectful distance behind the spiders, but just keep following.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. After a while, the spiders have crossed through some sort of crack in the in the rock, and when you look outside there, you see it's almost like a crater, basically going out upwards, where you have a small part at the bottom here. The flanks of this crater are also mostly webbed, and you can see some larger cocoons there. But at the bottom, or at least the spiders that have gone through have not stopped at the bottom of this cavern. They are going into the sides, and you're in the open, basically.
Oh, well, so we're standing there and looking at a spider cavern, and all these spiders seem to...
No, not a cavern. This is at the top side.
Well, we are outside of the valley.
That would be outside, yeah.
We're outside. And that thing is still following us?
When you wait for a short while there, you can see again these tendrils coming, though it seems like it's slowing down here.
Well, I'm still going to keep clear of it.
Yeah. I'm going to keep away.
Okay, so do you go outside, or?
Well, that could be a good idea.
There's a lot of cocoons. Are any of them dwarf or human size?
There are a couple that could be, maybe.
Okay, well, if we can find a way to, well, get near them, is it possible?
It's possible to get to the cocoons.
Yeah.
You would have to climb a bit, and next to a couple of the spiders.
Yeah. Okay.
No. But you could. Or you could try to loosen some parts of the web, maybe, or.
Maybe it's the occasion to try something, since the spiders wants to get away from that demon.
Are they settling in anywhere, or are they still continuing?
Yeah,
to move?
no. Once they are outside and on the hillsides, they seem to be stopping, though they are turning towards this entrance.
Do they seem like they're paying attention to us, or they're just guarding against
Well,
that?
they're looking into the opening, and I believe you're still standing in it. So
Okay, well, I'm going to move out of that opening.
Yeah, same here.
I follow.
okay.
Gonna try and stay on the top of the valley.
Okay, as you step outside, the spiders don't really seem to move. And shortly after you've gone through, you see one of the tendrils coming out of the mouth of this cave system, and then slight. It's almost like smoke coming from this tendril, and it's retracted very quickly.
Okay, there's daylight.
Yeah.
Okay, just to make sure, I tried to think because I felt that we got in the cavern when the sun was set down, so we got through. We are in the morning. I tried to see if I can
Yeah.
see. Oh, it's morning, guys.
So where's this daylight coming from?
Well, you have just reflection from the sky, basically. The sky is still a bit red, so it must be just after sun up. No, not sun up. What is it? Dawn, right? Right.
Yeah.
But you can't see the sun itself yet. It hasn't risen above the crater edge.
Okay.
So you just have very weak daylight here.
So we found a crater with a big oily black monster in it.
Well, I'm not going back down there.
No, me neither. I get rid of my torch. Well, unless there's I can use it.
I would still keep it up just in case. It might ward off
okay.
the spiders if they come at us.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I will do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like I want to start a fencing match with a tentacled oil monster.
From what you can see, there's 5 of the larger size spiders here, and maybe 6 of the smaller ones.
They are outside with us.
Yeah, but they're on the walls, basically maybe 5 to 10 meters away from you each.
Okay. So they're not making moves for us.
At the moment, no.
How steep is the crater?
Well, it's maybe 50 degrees, so it would not be an easy climb. And as I said, most of the surface here is webbed, so yeah.
Well, is there any way I could send a rope up and is there a way I can attach the rope on while throwing it up?
Well, the crater maybe goes up 5 meters from here, so possibly you could throw it over one of the edges. What's on the other side, and if you can get a grip there, that's not so easy to determine.
Okay, I'll try.
Well, you never know. We might be right in the middle of the orc camp.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's. Okay.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure we aren't. This is kind of a big place to be in the middle of there, but I was just saying.
Well, we're stuck here. If we go down, we will be in the way of that demon. Well, we can just be quiet and hear if we hear something.
Well, yeah, we need to get back to, and never know, they might actually have came out this way and went into the wilderness and got lost or something.
I wonder what's
They might
keeping
have.
that. The thing that's bothering me is I'm wondering what's keeping that demon from heading towards the mines and just devouring all those miners. And the orcs as well.
Wow.
I still think it's kind of weird. I mean, I always pictured his demons as being big horned goat monsters that, masterminded things, not reactive, tenderly eldritch horror things.
Well, there's all sorts of things hiding in the dark crevices of the universe.
Yeah.
I see.
I have a feeling that the dwarves that came here a long time ago did something to release that demon. It's just my imagination. Just horror story from my childhood that my mother used to tell us to get us in bed.
So can
Maven,
we see the... yeah.
you can do a cleverness check.
Nope.
I roll a 5.
Well, there was there are these barriers of heads that the orcs seem to have put up, which could look like something like a warding.
Okay. It was down in the mine?
Yeah, it was facing into this shaft where the spiders and the demon were.
Okay. So you just see that...
You also have that outside of the dwarven apartment.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember.
Facing into the entrance. And the Gryphus, the slave you've nurtured, told you that some time ago, a couple of years ago, they had to leave that particular shaft, that particular entrance.
That's interesting. Why is there one slave down there by himself?
Well,
No, that was a ways away from here.
No,
and he was behind one of these.
Oh, okay. Okay, he was behind one of the hedge wards. So you just see Mavon. He just stops and thinks for a moment. He just starts looking out towards the horizon, kind of not even moving.
What happens?
Is it gone? Or is
It can't come out here in the light of dawn. So as long as we don't go back down in there, we should be fine.
Okay. I may have something to. I have grappling hooks.
Okay.
I can try to climb with my grappling hooks and be careful just to have a look.
Okay. Then, do a climbing check. And for the grappling hook, let's give you +3.
Oh, that's good. I think I will do it with lots of point. Yes, 6 success.
Okay. So you throw the rope upwards, and after a short while, it seems to found something where it's stuck.
Yeah.
And you slowly ascend.
Yeah.
Looking around, seeing if the spiders are moving, carefully avoiding any of the nets. And after a while, you come out on the side, and you can see that you are well on this just somewhere probably in the middle of this hill. When you look around, you can see you can see the sun, and in front of the sun you can see some structure going upwards from on one of the hilltops into the east.
Okay. Do I see any sentient beings?
Well, you see some goats here in the distance. You see sleeping lynx, and you found traces of that one before.
Sleeping. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, okay. I stay quiet, but no signs of orcs or humans or slaves or.
Well, and the only thing you don't see any beings. You just see this structure that, from the look of it, maybe it's a wooden guard tower or something.
It's a wooden tower. Okay. Well, I get down. Well, I'm wondering. I saw lynx and goats. Were they near from each other?
What?
You see, I saw some goats.
Yeah. But the goats were not near the lynx. No.
Okay, because
No. You saw all around. So.
okay. Well, we are probably in the middle of the hill. There's nobody around except some animals and the lynx. So that's the cat, the big cat. I saw the traces yesterday. And some wooden structure that looks like a tower. Maybe it's a tower to check the slaves, I don't know.
Can you see a way back down to our camp entrance that we were at?
No. Nevertheless, it could be a shortcut to our camp. No, I've walked a little on the hills to find some materials to make arrows, but of course I didn't get to this crevasse.
Well, you can do an orienteering check.
Okay. Yeah. Let's say orientation.
Yeah, orientation, right.
I think it's very good. 2 success.
Okay. Well, you have seen some structure that basically look like it's 2 fingers going up. That you've already or believe to have also seen when you went upside to look around. So that would probably be a good direction to go into.
The thing you are talking to me about, it's a natural or it was built?
Well, it just looked like a couple of stones.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I have an idea where to go. Well, where to go back to our camp. So what do we do?
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
We can. Well. Just for you, Tim. The last time Mavon, we attach the rope around him to climb him up or down because I think climbing is not your best skill.
Yeah, I have no points in climbing.
Yeah, so
I have one.
okay. Well, I will go first. I'll climb.
Well, I give you that one for free because the last one worked well, and you already know how to go.
Well, I'm still careful since it's wet. Sometimes I lose my footing a little, but I know where to put my steps, and I really take my time to go up, unless there's some tentacle that tries to get out from the hole
No.
again.
Don't see any tentacles.
Okay, and no spiders too?
The spiders don't seem to move when you do.
Okay.
Okay, who goes next?
I'll try.
Okay, you get a +3 because you have the rope
Alright.
And take
firmly
your time.
attached.
Oh, I still missed it. 16,
By how much?
1. I have 16, 1, and 19, so I missed it by a lot.
How much?
Oh, let's see. Let me see what it is. Climb is courage, agility, and strength. Courage is 11, and that's what I have the 16, so that's 5. Agility I made because it's a 1, and strength is 12, and I got 19, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 7, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, and you don't have any points in climbing?
I have 1 point in climbing.
Well, you have the bonus of
Okay.
3.
So you failed by 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are almost halfway up when you lose your footing, and you slide across the side. You still manage to hold on to the rope, though you get 1d6 of damage, and you
It's 5 damage.
Oh.
okay. So you have a very strongly bleeding arm when you come to a halt, and to your dismay, you notice that you've basically ran into one of the legs of one of the spiders, which now starts to move and turns towards you.
Well, I start trying to climb up again, or I try and move away from the spider. I guess,
Okay.
like trying to repel away.
Yeah. Then do another climbing check. You others can see that the spider is starting to extend legs into his direction and is trying to get over him.
All right. This one's a little bit better, but it's still probably a loss. I keep forgetting the climb, courage, agility, and strength. So 3, 11, and agility. Oh, yeah. And strength 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 5, and I got 1 point, so that's 4.
Well,
Yeah,
have
but you
two-
have so you've missed by 1.
Yeah.
You've missed by 1. Okay, so you don't get very far, but at least you don't lose the rope and you don't hurt yourself again.
Okay.
So the spider gets at you and tries. You feel basically its hairy body slumping against you.
Well, no, I don't let that happen. I can see that from upside.
Yeah, you can see how the spider basically slides over over Mark.
I have 2 hammers. I will at least use one of them to. Yeah, I want to slam it.
Well, you would
throw
have
my hammer.
you would have throwing. Yeah. Okay. Do you have throwing axes? That would probably.
Yeah, well,
As a
throwing
Sylvanian,
daggers and throwing axes.
Ha!
Yeah,
New
two
mind
points in
Sylvanians.
Yeah. I
Okay.
have 2 points in that. So
So you add that to your
My-
basic
Ranged
Range attack,
basic range
yeah.
combat.
Okay, I have to roll 9 or less. And I rolled a 4.
Okay, so let's say a hammer gives you d6 plus 2.
I rolled 5, so 7 points of damage.
Okay, so
The spider.
as the spider slumps above you, you hear a soft whoop, and the spider makes a jerk away from you. Takes a couple of steps back. Yeah, and you can climb a couple of meters upwards, while the spider still moves from one place to another, as if it's trying to keep in moving.
Okay. So do I have to
Though-
roll climb one more time?
No,
Okay.
the rest you get.
Okay.
Well, I give you a hand when you're near. You know, I'm you know, I'm you know, I give you a hand. You know, I slip on the edge, and no, I take my other hammer just to give you a little length more to lift you up.
I think the next time I get experience alongside of buying off some of my Fear of the Dead from the zombie thing, I think I failed enough to learn something from these climbing exercises.
Well, when you look down now into the crater again, you can see that some of the other spiders seem to have started moving about as well.
Oh.
Also into your direction.
Oh. And
So-
Mavon's not even up yet.
No.
How
Yeah,
high
Maven?
up is the? How high up is this?
5 meters.
About 5 meters.
Okay, so he's just standing there looking up at it, frozen in fear with his fear of heights.
Okay.
Oh, you have that as well. Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh.
he's just like looking at it. And he's just kind of like shaking his head. No.
Okay, I think we have to pull up Mavon. Can you see my hammer?
What?
My hammer that fell down?
You dropped a hammer?
Ah.
You can tell he sounds kind of panicked.
Can I see it?
Well, after a short while, you can see it lying somewhere on the ground. Yeah.
Well, okay, never
Was that what
mind.
you threw at the spider?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's on on somewhere on the side of Maven.
Yeah, yeah. Take the hammer and you know, take the rope and roll it over your arm, and we'll pull you up.
He goes over and grabs the hammer.
Okay. Yeah. Looks like very quick work. Not something like you would see in a workshop, but more something like someone in the woods would have.
But
Yeah,
he looks up at the rope and up at the height, and he's looking at the spiders, and then he stops and he looks back at the hole, and he's looking back at the spiders, like he's trying to make up his mind. But he's just kind of standing there.
we'll pull you up.
I can't. I can't.
Okay, I go down.
Okay.
Do
Now
I make a roll for? Is that a roll that I make for?
you do a d20 roll, and if you're under or equal to your points in fear of heights, then you've succumbed to it.
Okay. Oh, actually, I made it by 1.
Okay, so you're very weary, but then again, further down there's a demon, and if you stay too long in here, you probably end up in one of those cocoons again. Hello?
All right, I go down.
Okay, so he finally just grabs onto the rope, and he wraps his arm around it, and he's holding onto the hammer with one hand, and he's just holding on the rope, and he's just closing his eyes.
Okay, when I see that, I'm kind of 1/4 of the distance. I see. Okay, I go. I go up.
Okay.
I stopped going down. And,
Okay, then you two need to do strength rolls again.
good.
Chris?
Oh,
Let's pull. Let's
yeah,
pull.
I made it.
Okay, by
Let's
how much?
pull.
You
Let's
both
see,
did it?
8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, by 3.
Okay.
Me too. 3. Let's pull. Let's pull.
Okay, so you pull him up as fast as you can. The spiders are coming close again. One of them is putting one of its feet next to Maven. Do you do something?
I open my eyes and I see that, and I just take a
Yeah.
swipe at it with the hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do an attack roll.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Pretty sure
you
with
have,
my horrible skills that's probably a miss.
well, I wouldn't be too sure.
My base attack value is 6.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you have any points in blunt weapons or?
I have points in spears and
Staves and spears.
Staves, yeah.
Okay. How many?
3.
Okay, so basically you use it just like you would your stave, which it's actually a bit usually you would try to hit with the middle of your stave, though here you just use the end of the hammer, and you put it down onto one of the legs, and you see that it bends here, and is probably broke at this part, and the feet is retracted, and the spider just stops for a moment, just long enough for you to reach the edge and grab the hands of the others.
Okay, as soon as I get up to the top, I just like scramble and roll away from the edge. I'm just sitting there, kind of panting and breathing hard.
Well, okay. I hold my I hold my hand and I want my hammer back, but it was close.
Yeah. Oh, yes, your hammer.
Yeah, well, that's the one I've made yesterday. It's now called the Lucky Hammer.
Yes, very. Should rename it Spider Slayer.
Maybe it will give us some courage.
Okay, I don't know. We're just before the hour mark. Do we want to make a break point here, or do you want to go on for a bit?
Well, do we recognize where we are?
Well, I do.
Well, yeah.
We do.
I have an idea. Well, I know that the camp is this way, and I'm pointing out the direction.
Okay, well, let's go back to camp, try and keep ourselves, and have a little reunion with our buddies who think we'd be re-emerging from the other direction.
Okay. Just the tower you told me about, we
Yeah.
see it. Well, I guess there's a little more light.
Yeah. You can now you can see it a bit clearer because, as I said before, it was basically directly against the sun, so you just could see the shape because it was too blinding. Now the sun has moved up a bit, and you can see that there's actually the shape of someone on the top moving about.
Oh, does it look like he's looking at us?
Well, it's too far away to determine that.
So what
Okay.
kind of tower is it? Is it like a stone tower or like a
No,
wooden
it looks like a wooden tower, like
watchtower?
yeah, or maybe a hunting stand or something.
Hmm. I'm guessing we're probably pretty close to the slave camp.
Okay.
Well, let's mark this location and remember how to get back to here and go back to camp.
Hmm.
It will be easy. There's lots of things I can recognize, so it will be easy to get back here. So we get back to the camp.
Yeah, you basically need. Wait, let me see. Well, that would be about an. It takes maybe 2 hours for you to get back to camp. And please each do one more climbing check, because occasionally you will have to cross somewhere. If you fail, you get another d6 damage.
All right. I take 1 damage.
Oh, for me it's good. I can do it. I'm
Now
not
the
sure.
19 vitality.
You don't have the bonus for the rope or anything, no?
No, this is just a
Okay,
general check.
I take d6 damage.
Okay.
As
2
do
points.
I.
Okay. So a bit banged up. You manage to reach the point where you can see your entrance, and you can either take maybe a half an hour to get around so that you can get there without without difficulty, or you can try to climb down. Then you're basically there.
I'm not climbing.
No, we take our time, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically have to descend almost to the level of the high grass, and then you can find a flank that's flat enough so that you can get into
Well, I've probably
into the direction of your cave. What?
probably explored that place yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and
When I get back, I'm going to examine those what might be like warding hedges with the heads.
warding heads, yeah. Yeah, they are basically behind the ruins. No, you remember? There are these 3 ruins outside. Then there's the cave entrance, and in front of that, they apparently made the effort to basically drill holes into the stone here to put these sticks in with the heads faced towards the entrance.
I'm going to examine it for any like magical trappings and runes and whatnot.
Well, you can see that there's you can see some small pieces of copper that seem to be like shards of copper that seem to have been put into the heads. Where at least there, where you can see that there's still flesh on them.
So if I was to cast Analyze Arcane Structure, does that give me any idea how it's constructed or exactly just what it is?
Analyze Arcane Structure would basically tell you what kind of, depending on how good you do it, what kind of spell was used, and maybe even the strengths and so on. Though that only would work if it actually was, if it is magic.
Okay. So it wouldn't give me any idea about its construction, about how to.
You wouldn't know if you have failed the spell or whether there is no magic at all.
Okay.
So I would have to do the roll.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have the you have a spell. Wait, I've forgotten the name. Oculus Australis. No, Odem Arcanum. That one shows you whether something is magic or not.
Okay, do I have that?
Yeah, you do have. And you have if you didn't raise it, you have a skill of 5.
I guess I don't have it written down. Or I'm just...
Well, it's on the 3rd page of your codex.
Objecto Fixo... Oh, there it is. Odem, okay. Let's see. Cost 4 astral spirit points. I'm gonna keep that in mind, but I'm really low on points. I'm not going to burn anything.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. When you get into the cave, you can see that the fire is going at the into the direction of the entrance to the deeper caves, where Klitiki is sitting with a blanket around her sides. And Dietrich will just come out of one of the rooms and see you. There you are. What has kept you?
We didn't find anybody. What?
Shouldn't you come from the other direction?
Well, there was another opening. We had to go in there to get away from the boily black slug monster.
What?
It was a shadow demon.
Demon.
Yes. He looks kind of startled that she reacts so startled in such a startled way.
Yeah, well, at least we saw a slave. We talked to a slave.
Yeah, we got all the way over to the other end, but no sign of Ook, Sporkai, or Kondar.
And also there was quite a number of very large spiders.
Not spiders again.
Not the same kind of spiders.
Just really big, hungry spiders.
Yeah, they're the stupid kind of spiders.
Okay. I would. At the moment, I'm not sure what I would prefer: the other spiders or the demon.
Well, at least those spiders reacts to my new hammer of spider slaying.
Oh yeah.
He looks a bit. He looks a bit befuddled at you.
Well, at least.
I see. This is what you Thavalians call swearing to Swafnir, right?
Yeah.
You're telling me a tale. There is no demon.
There's a demon.
Oh, there's something. I'm not sure it's a demon. You hear of demons and you hear of like horny, evil people, masterminding big things. This just looked like a large squirmy mass of oil and tentacles.
I'm pretty certain it's a demon.
Oh, bugger.
Though it's not one of the intelligent, dangerous kinds that's going to rip your soul from your body.
Oh, so it's
You know
not
that-
dangerous.
Not that dangerous. It would just devour you entirely.
What a relief.
Well, it's another way to rip your soul from your body.
Well, I mean, it won't be tormenting your soul for all eternity. It will just devour you whole.
Oh yeah.
The way it did my light. I was bringing some magical light in its direction, and it ate it. I feel it pull part of my energy from me as it did so.
So it tried to pull your soul from your body, yeah?
Yeah. In a sense.
Nevertheless, it's not something we want to fight. And don't know what happened to our friends, but I hope they weren't swallowed by that.
Yeah, still, we seen signs all the way up to where the slaves were, but the one slave we talked to said he didn't see anybody like we were describing, and I'm pretty sure he would have noticed a dwarf amongst his ranks. So at least we know they weren't captured.
They weren't taken alive.
So
Or they weren't taken at all.
So what did they say how the orcs are organized and how many there are?
Talk about lances, you said? Lances and what?
They said that there's a half banner of horsemen that go out, but we already knew that. They said that probably the best time to do anything would be while they're on the field, so that if anything was actually started, that the other slaves would have a chance to run away. And I simply, they said they tried to uprise before, but but that really didn't work out very well for them.
So how do we go about this? Do we go the way you were and try to infiltrate there?
If we do,
Presuming we find the others.
If there was a time that all of the slaves were out of the tunnels, we could, of course, remove the head wards and allow the demon to go in and devour the orcs.
with the head wards, why would the head demon care about the head wards? It just whatever.
What? There's these head things too there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we're
there's some
outside
heads
too.
on sticks, outside.
I'm very certain that there is warding magic attached to them.
Oh.
And they are outside of here, not at the entrance of this cave.
There is more inside.
No, I mean where we are standing right now. We are inside. We are sleeping inside.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we are.
Should we rethink that?
We can.
You know what? I think that might be a good idea.
I think it won't be a big deal of a trouble to put Cam outside. The only danger is if some orcs spot us.
Yeah.
We could bring the
Well-
head wards inside and put them down farther in the tunnel.
Is wars for the demons or for voyagers?
I don't particularly want to touch them, if you don't mind.
I try to let them there. No more.
Maybe we could relocate to the forest south.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. After seeing that thing in there, I don't know if it can climb, but it was pretty big, so it might not have to.
What about our friends?
We'll have to go make another expedition.
Well, did you find any trace of them?
Yeah,
We found a quarrel.
Yeah.
A portal.
A quarrel.
Quarrel from Ook.
One of Ook's quarrels.
But other than
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't know until very recently that quarrel means arrow.
Crossbow bolt.
No. He didn't leave crossbow bolts. He left small markings of stones, small pebbles.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought we found a
Looked like arrows.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you said stone arrow, and I'm like, He had like arrows made.
No.
So did we head in that direction that the arrows were pointing?
The
It
arrows pointed up to where the webbed entrance was before we met the demon. You
So we
don't
never
know
were.
what's. Yeah.
We were never able to go that way.
you
No,
didn't
well,
want to disturb the wets, so you searched for another way.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
well, we know a shortcut if we go from outside. We don't have to get back inside. We can go outside, go down the crevasse, and we're quite near from that place.
Yes, more climbing.
Well, with the rope going down, it's a lot easier. I can
And
make
spiders.
Yes, gigantic
spiders.
spiders.
Okay.
What, 11 of them?
Well, if we don't disturb them, it didn't seem to. The thing is, Mario disturbed one, but I think we can. Well, I think we can do a careful climb down. But well, it's still risky. And either way, we're putting ourselves at a risk at going back into this place to check out our friends. So we have to choose what kind of risk we're ready to get in.
Well, we could do it one way or we could do it the other, but we do need to find them. That's our first priority. And yes, I do think we should probably move outside the perimeter of the heads.
Well, at least on the outside, if we get to the crevasse, we have a good 2 hours we will save there on the outside, so we know where we're going and we won't waste any torches and that black thing that we can see. At first sight.
I wonder if it was sent after us after we made contact with that slave.
I don't know if orcs can control something like that.
Well, there was a very powerful witch, sorcerer, warlock, whatever that was in the swamp, and that was supposedly just the assistant.
Well, if you listen to the Prior's priest, they don't put anything. I mean, they suspect anything of orcs, but I don't know how serious you can take that.
If the assistant was able to raise the dead and do all sorts of black magic, who knows what the master warlock was capable of doing?
True.
Well, if you're right and they do seem to have some kind of warding, maybe they can control that. Who knows?
But at any rate, we can move outside for now.
Yeah.
Well, if they send that thing after us, why don't they send some of their soldiers to get us? I mean, we would. I feel that we would have seen them more than that. It's just my my assumption here, but.
Maybe, I mean, the slave could have ratted you out, probably.
And maybe the orc soldiers won't go into the caverns.
Okay, yeah, of course.
So it's a possibility.
And I was thinking for a second, there's nothing to say that everybody working with the orc has to be an orc, For all we know, the slave could have just been one of the. It could have actually been the shaman. Though that's kind of conspiracy theory-esque and a little bit out there. But
Why would he be down there hammering away at the wall by himself?
well, didn't they say that the shaman hammers away at the wall? Or didn't they say something?
If I remember correctly, Gryphus mentioned that there's one that they call shaman, and then there's another one with white gray fur who goes around and basically leads the mining expedition.
Oh, okay. I must have got them mixed up. But in any case,
Mavon extends his hands down to Plitiki. I'll help you outside if you would like.
Now, they there. That good, yes. These caves make blood run colder usual.
Well, the sun is out now. You can bask in the sun.
She will be basically like a very old lady that you bring out, moving in very small steps and very slowly. And it's you can do a perception check.
I roll.
failed.
We all do?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I pass.
Nope.
Okay. As you bring her outside, you notice that the change is very, very quickly from that she can't move at all, and then it's like whatever is holding her back is just vanishing, and she's suddenly moving very quickly again.
Yeah, I help her find a spot that's still in the sun,
Yeah.
but still kind of secluded, where she can just sit.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, she will basically take herself a small spot and lay down there, with her mouth open and the tongue out.
Big crocodile.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think here we could do a break if you want.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good place.
Yeah. We'll have to queue for another blend.
Again, I hope it was fun.
Yep.
If you have any
Yeah.
suggestions, again, say something. Otherwise, thank you guys.
I wonder if we've
Next
lost.
time, next time we get some experience points, I'm definitely taking that climbing failures as a learning experience.
Well, you have someone to look up to, quite literally. Gruff.
Yeah. True.
I wonder if
I
we've
can
lost.
show you
Our,
a trick or two.
or if we've lost our three Kondar, Uksh, and Gruff, or not Gruff, but
Wokai.
Lorkai. I wonder if we've lost them.
Maybe.
Well, it will get harder. But yeah, okay, that's what we'll see next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so see you next week. I will
See you next week.
So I